Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is game number 2. My name is coopzilla, and as I said, this is game number 2 between Liquid Huck and EG Idra. Let's bring up the names. Kaboo! Liquid Huck versus EG Idra. I love seeing that. This is the old game from the MLG Dallas, played a couple months ago, back in April-ish, around that time. You know, I was looking for Huck replays, and I found this replay pack, and you know, I know that it has been casted a few times, maybe not a few times, but has been casted a couple times, or you know, it's been casted before. That's all I'm trying to say. But I want to see it again, and you know, watching it twice never hurt anybody. So let's just watch this right now, as I am Huck deprived and I want some Huck in my life. Okay, we have a fast probe coming down here to scout on for Idra. Huck is sending it out, gonna find out that they are in cross positions. That is a lucky little probe, it just comes right down here. And Idra knows he is not over here, but doesn't know quite where Huck is yet. But I don't think Idra really cares. Looks like he's gonna be going for a 15 hatch again. 15 pull, I mean. Sorry about that, people. And we'll see what Idra chooses to go next. He was able to, spoiler alert, if you did not see game number 1, I'm going to spoil it for you right now. Ready? Idra was able to pull off the win last game, number 1, with Mass Roaches and Broodlords, which is always a great combination, as the Roaches can sit underneath the Broodlord's wings and do lots of damage. And so Huck did this in the first game as well, placing the pesky pylon. Pesky little pylon warping in, and he cancels it. So I guess he's just waiting and waiting and waiting, as this will prevent the Zerg player even longer, and he's just trying to save his minerals and not have to keep that pylon there if he doesn't need it. And this drone is pissed, but he will be able to pull it back. If he pulls it back right now, he'll be able to build it. He has 300 minerals, and there he goes. Okay, so this drone will be heading on back, and pretty standard build for Idra. He does have 2 gas down, which could be a telling sign for Idra. You see he's scouting out the gas to see how much he has. As a low tier player, I have started scouting out the gas, and it has helped me quite a lot. If I see a Protoss going 2 gas, I can expect sentries or maybe even heavy stalkers. There's a sentry coming out right now. And if I see a Terran going 2 gas, you can expect Banshees or some sort of like Blue Flame Hellion or something weird like that. So scouting the gas is always good. This drone could get out if he does his little trick by coming down over here. We'll see if he chooses to do that. I don't think he is. I think he wants to stay inside the space as long as possible to find out exactly what Huck is going. Huck is throwing down only 2 gateways right now to not reveal anything to the Zerg player, as 3 gateways is completely standard for a Protoss player to have. If he has 4 gateways, that's something strange. If he gets 2 gates and a robo, that's not strange, but that's pretty standard as well. So this is a telling thing, and Idra wants to stay alive, and Huck does not want him to stay alive. And that was a good little using the smoke to stay alive a little bit longer. The longer this drone is alive in the base, the less time that Huck has to throw down that 4th gateway if he chooses to. And it looks like he's throwing down the 4th gateway as soon as that drone died. So we will be seeing a 4-gate push, a 5-gate push. I see. The timing is a little bit off, and there is the proxy pylon. And Idra does not know that these 2 gateways are going down, and so Huck's units are moving across the field. Only 2 sentries and a zealot. 3 sentries down here. He is revealing that he still only has 3 gateways, though. Well, he does only have 3 gateways. There's 2 or more for him right now. Perfect force fields to keep those lings from not... Only 2 were used. That is... I love you, Huck. I love you. And so Huck is choosing not to attack with his army. He might be scared of these lings getting into his base and causing damage. These sentries are up here, and it looks like these sentries will go down. One more force field being placed to keep him off, kill as many Zerglings as possible. Not enough for a second force field though. And these Zerglings will just wait for that force field to die off, and these roaches will say, I don't need your force fields, and they will die pretty quickly, these sentries will, as well as that bomb. And so Huck's 5-gate push got cancelled, you see here, and turned into a Nexus. Good play by Huck, as he saw that it wasn't going to work out. This Nexus will be a slightly delayed, but anyways, it is down, and he has lots of sentries to protect stalkers on the high ground, and these lings will not be doing much damage, as Idra keeps them alive by microing them away from any attacks going down. Photon cannons being placed at the front door. We do have no attack upgrades on the way. These lings will be shooed away by these stalkers. Idra, right around the 8-minute mark, getting his 3rd expansion. This is going to be turning into a macro game. Metalopolis on cross positions, which does turn out to be macro oriented very often. As the run distance is so far, you have to go all the way around. So it just makes it very easy to be safer, and expand more than if you were, close by air or close by ground. So this is it's a very interesting map. It's also a very interesting map for Zerg players, as it's not a very wide open map. You see, the places to attack, there's always something in the way. There's always some sort of choke point, and it's not that much of a choke point, but it is enough of a choke point that a monstrous Zerg army can't get a surround on a different army, versus a map something like Shattered Temple or something like that, where the Zerg army has a huge open space to just come around and get huge flank attacks and surround a Protoss or Terran or even a Zerg army. And so we'll see how Idra uses this map to his advantage or disadvantage. We will see. This is a best of 3, and Idra did win game number 1. And so we will see just how many games this goes. I will have to make a spoiler video if it is only 2 games, if Idra does pull this game off and win. If you've seen it before, then you already know the answer to that, if there's only 2 games or 3 games. Who is the winner of this game? But if you don't remember, like I don't remember, then it will be a surprise to you. So Idra is working on this 3rd base pretty well, getting his gas right about now. Not getting this 4th gas. He is floating on a lot of gas. I guess he's not going for a very gas-heavy build. It just has roaches and lings and banelings. Does he? What else does he have? Looks like he's getting ventral sacks to make these overlords move faster. Let's see. He got both of them. So ventral sacks to have them hold units, and he's also getting the overlord speed to make them scoot along pretty fast. And that will help for any baneling drops, as it does look like that is a good possibility. There are 5 banelings in this group over here, and an overseer being morphed in. He knows that Huck will be having this this scouting observer scooting around, trying to see what Idra is going. He does see the lair, but he doesn't see any other units except for, or any other tech buildings except for a baneling's nest, and so that is a very telling sign as well. Looks like this observer was spotted and is carefully averted not to get killed. This overlord over here is choosing to poop his brains out as well, and another expansion going down for Idra. That is his 1, 2, 3, 4th expansion, as Huck is getting his 3rd right now. Every Zerg player wants to be ahead on expansions, and it looks like I see a blue dot over here. What am I seeing? I have no idea what I'm seeing. I see a blue dot right there, but I guess that's just a mind trick. Nothing over there.